Hello everybody and welcome. I am Anti-Pirate and today I am positively geeking out about the fact that this arena event does have multiple hangars. So here we go with my very first match of the second day. I almost didn't put this one up, but for the sake of transparency, this is the only game I've played so far today. Might be the only game I played today at all, and it's interesting. Okay, so we've got Giftbringer Fenrir with Viper Marquess, Experimental Loki with Blaze, Techno Scorpion with Sound Weapons. Can I? Yeah, there you go. You can see my mouse now. Hawk with Cryo Rockets, and Frozen Leech with, I should say Crimson Hawk. And Experiment. These are all special editions. And Frozen Leech with special edition Atomizers. All the bots are, some of the weapons aren't. So let's get into the gameplay. Hit and play. There we go. Boom. Okay. So I start off here with the Fenrir, just kind of out of an instinct to start with the Fenrir because they tend to be brawlers, but this Fenrir is not set up to be a brawler, and I get ambushed by this Scorpion, and I can barely damage him. Like, I completely and utterly screwed this up, and I'm thinking, what am I doing? Anyways, I didn't want to get stuck chasing people in the late game with that slow Fenrir, but that was worse. That was really bad. That's okay. I'm here in the Leech. I'm gonna get some damage. I'm way out of his range. But I don't get that kill. He gets hit by the other Leech. So I'm trying to have some restraint here. I do manage to get to cover just as my overdrive is activated, so I'm actually not too bad. I'm not feeling too bad about taking that damage. Trying to pick up the kill there, the guy whose last stand came off. Shooting him. See, this guy's low. He gave me an angle, so good to go on that. Then I'm just, looking around, making sure no one's sneaking up on me. I see this guy's coming out. I'm trying to get him to use his ability first. Because, traditionally, the person who uses their ability first is at a disadvantage. So I'm just trying to, get him. He just backs off, though. So now I try to hit him, and he's not ready. He puts his ability on there. I trigger his last stand, take a lot of damage myself in the process, but then I'm able to trigger my ability and just power through getting the kill, which is very nice. Now I'm keeping my eyes on this Loki. I should be able to do a bunch of damage to him very quickly, but I'm going to have to rely on my last stand because I have very little health left. And then something, I think that might have been a Fenrir you got me. See, I'm going to try to skill shot this guy a little bit. The Hawk triggers my last stand, but I'm able to use my ability and take a big chunk of them, but it's not quite enough because that damage from the Hawk is pretty high. So I try to bring in the Scorpion here. I'm a very inexperienced Scorpion pilot, by the way. But this is definitely a strong build. Though without any healing, it does have a tendency to get worn down. And I kind of get caught in the open against this Hawk. I try to confuse his targeting, but I take a bunch of damage while lagging. But I do manage to get the kill. Just barely alive, no way to heal. I'm going to have a hard time doing much more with this bot because I have to take someone totally by surprise. And then I get killed at a range by this Fenrir. So, third place. So I'm still ranked. Still won't lose gold if I hold this. However, this is not the situation I want to be in. I need to recover somehow. Now you can see I haven't spawned the Hawk yet because I am purposefully leaving the Hawk for last. Now, this strategy can backfire when you leave what's arguably the strongest bot for last, because if there's nobody left to kill when you bring it out, then you don't get very many kills with it. But that's the strategy I'm using this time. Looks like pretty much everyone's still in the fight, so I'm fine leaving the Hawk out of it for now. I was able to outrange that Scorpion, kill him with the blazes, combined with the lockdown. I'm gonna see if I can pick up this kill here, and I think it manages to register for me, and I also get to reload my weapon, which is good. So I'm thinking about skill shotting this guy, trying to get his last stand to trigger. I think what might have happened is his last stand already got triggered. I just didn't see it because of lag. because then I'm able to hit him, not lock him down, but hit him and pick up another kill. When you're fighting Loki versus Loki, you want to be the first person to take your weapons out, because that's an advantage, because you're going to get that little bit of time while they're getting their weapons out to be able to target them and stuff. So here I don't want to engage that Fenrir with partially loaded weapons, so I'm trying to unload the weapons. I mean, I could have started shooting at the Fenrir. Then I go back into stealth. I'm just going to try to kind of back off a little bit. Luckily, the Fenrir cannot do a lot of damage without Quantum Radar to Loki. The weapons are just a bit too high. He probably could hit me with one of the mediums if he aimed it just right. But honestly, the Fenrir is not a great target for me. I'm trying to lock down this Scorpion, see if I can do what I did to the other Scorpion, see that I'm out of range. I'm using my range advantage. But I think he manages to teleport in on me. No, he uses his Quantum Radar to target me just as he gets range. But that means he can't teleport in on me. But I don't get my weapons out in time to actually get the kill. And then the Fenrir ends up saving me. So I did okay to begin with the Loki, but I made a few small mistakes that I definitely got punished for towards the end. But I'm at 6 kills, 2nd place. Not too bad. I'm advancing. Now, here's my gambit. Running this bot last should give me the chance to pick up some kills. So I'm trying to get range on this guy. What I want to do is I want to destroy his shield and possibly freeze him before going into the air. So I get to range. I don't want to waste my ammo. I want to know what I'm getting into. There we go. He puts his shield up. I break it down, get in the air, pop him, and manage to get an angle on the next Fenrir. Pop him as well. Double kill. And there's another Fenrir. And I blast through his shield, freeze him, do a little bit more damage. It's not quite enough. I don't know why he's not targeting me there. But I managed to pick up that kill. I managed to have just enough firepower to get the job done. And then this Leech seems to fire off his ability really early. And I'm going to try to, since his ability's already run out, I'm going to tease the edges of this cover, make sure he doesn't come out after me. I'm going to try to get as close as possible. It's going to give me the most ability to deny him cover once I go into the air. So here I hit him, he ducks to cover again. He's not ready to take that kind of damage. The nice thing is my ability almost completely ignores his. If it was maxed Hawk, it would completely ignore his ability. So I'm thinking it's going to be enough. I wait for him to use his ability. I take a fair amount of damage in the process. I probably could have gotten away with using my ability sooner. I use my phase shift to get through his last stand. And, I come out of it pretty worse for wear. I probably should have used my ability a little bit sooner, but I managed to pull it off. And he comes back in the Loki. And we are coming up on the climax of this battle. I believe these are the only 2 bots left. And we're just going to finish the job. I have no way of targeting. I might be able to skill shot him with a Rime. In fact, he comes out of stealth, but I still only fire the Rime. I actually probably could have done this. I was so prepared to try to skill shot him, I didn't fire all my weapons when he came out of stealth. So I go into the air, he goes into stealth. I manage to trigger his last stand while his weapons are coming out, and then get enough shots off as I come out of phase shift to finish him. And we both die. So then we end with this scene of these 2 bots lying dead on the ground. Total annihilation, but most of it, or the biggest share of it, was mine. So I managed to pull off the win once again, in spite of my terrible start. So there I am, 2nd on damage, a little bit behind the guy who did the most damage, but lots of kills. Those 3 Fenrir kills right as I spawned the Hawk were pretty darn helpful. So let's get back to the beginning and have a closer look at the hangar itself right here. So I'm going to go back to this view. So here we have the mid-range Fenrir. It isn't that tough. It has Shield Breaker, which gives it something that you can do against other Fenrirs. That's the only bot that's really going to help you against. And it's got damage booster, so it's not actually that tough, as I found out at the beginning. The Scorpion has enough burst to pretty much take it down. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of mid-rangers in FFA. I don't really know what to do with this bot. Probably don't spawn it first, though, because that seems like a bad plan. Then we got the Loki. Loki is very useful. You can do a bit of damage here, and you can outrange the Scorpion. which is pretty nice. And the Scorpion, kind of has to choose between being able to target you with their ability or having the full duration of their quantum radar to actually shoot you. You also have anti-control on here, which I guess just protects you against other Lokis again. That is a little bit strange. And the Techno Scorpion, very strong weapon build, but no healing. If you get ambushed in the wrong situation, you have no toughness. You can go down pretty quickly. And then you have the Quantum Radar, which is good against Loki. Hawk, very powerful here. We got 2 overdrives. You can do a ton of damage, whether on the ground or in the air. This is very similar to the build I run in my main hangar, so I am kind of used to using that splash damage. Of course, you don't suppress because you don't have any drones, which is another feature that I have on my Hawk. And the phase shift, very strong. I don't use it in a regular game, but it's good for getting through other bots' last stands. And there's a couple of those here. Getting through last stands, getting through abilities, getting through to your own ability. Very, very useful. Honestly, I think it's too powerful, but that isn't an issue for Arena, really. Everyone uses it in the same quantity. Then we have the Frozen Leech. Tons of damage potential. Your best bets to do consistent damage at range. It also has Shield Breaker, so it has, as long as you don't get caught outside of 500 meters, it definitely has potential against the Fenrir. But even then, with your Leech ability, you should actually be a pretty good matchup against the Fenrir here. And you've got overdrives on that as well. So, that is it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Since the hangar seems to be changing, you can catch me again tomorrow, hopefully earlier in the day, and we'll get you hooked up with whatever advice I can come up with for whatever hangar that is going to be. For now, I'm Antipirate, wishing you a good day, wishing you luck in your arena battles in particular, and signing off.